Mark Cuban calls for DeFi regulation after Iron basically shut on his face. Is he behind it? I don't know. Who knows? You guys have seen the video that I made on it. Here it is. Boom. So Iron Finance, the truth, the very latest video. And look, guys, these things happen. People use the word rug pull all the time. Oh, rug pull this, rug pull that. I'm just like, well, the technical term here is the bank run. So people just basically went in and just sold everything out. And, there was things to do with like arbitrage and things like that, which is a little bit more difficult to understand. But that's enough to explain what it is. I don't think there was a particular issue with the design of things. I don't know. Maybe a simple cap of a sell order may have been enough to prevent this kind of stuff from happening. So it was at $65. People whales started dumping, dropped down to $60, and then everyone else just went in and just got out. And because it was pegged, there was two things, right? So there was Titan and Iron is the stable currency. It wasn't supposed to fluctuate. It was supposed to be pegged to the US dollar. And what happened was, because of the tokenomics, when people really sold out on the Titan and it was just going like just crashing, that stablecoin actually crashed with it as well, which isn't supposed to happen, but it does because it lends itself to the value of the volatile asset. But you can't expect that to happen. When you have an emerging stablecoin that comes out, then you can't make it as stable as the coin that is pegged against. I think that's really hard. And for that reason, I think the tokenomics that I looked into was actually designed pretty well. It wasn't done poorly, it wasn't done with a malicious intent whatsoever. Tokenomics was done pretty well so that Iron was supposed to take off and it was supposed to become like USDT. Maybe not like USDC with a proper bank account, dollar for dollar relationship behind it. But having said that, I think this has been a good lesson that these things can happen, and USDT is not out of the woods, in terms of bank runs and things like that to happen to it as well. But having said that, I think if you're going to claim a particular coin as being a stable coin, there needs to be some protective measures to it as well. So if Titan itself didn't plummet so hard, like let's say somehow there was a cap on its losses, on a daily losses or something like that, then I think it could have been prevented. But overall, Mark Cuban is basically, I don't want to demonize him or anything like that, but he's basically saying that, a bit of regulation around this would be nice. What kind of regulation? Who knows? But you know what? He invests into a lot of things. He's a businessman. Of course, he's not going to win every single thing. He's going to lose out on some. He's going to win on some. Was Titan a good bet? Well, according to him just a mere week ago, yeah, it was a good bet. He's saying the last week, Cuban wrote a 3,000-word blog post saying how his involvement in Titan was the best thing ever. The brilliance of yield farming, liquidity providing him value in crypto projects. Turns out he was, providing liquidity as well. I was one of those people too. But you know what? You win some, you lose some. As long as you win more than you lose, then that's how you win overall. So, look at guys like Mark Cuban, he's done pretty well. So that's just a quick update that I wanted to do on Mark Cuban and on Iron Finance. I think what's really important to note is that Iron Finance has actually posted this postmortem. It's really interesting to read. If you want to suss it out, there is a link in the description to check it out. But what's really, really interesting is this thing right here. So postmortem actions. We have learned a great deal from the incident. And while nothing could be fixed in the current system, we will continue our journey with more products in the future. Okay. We must conduct an in-depth analysis of the protocol for which we will hire a third party in order to understand all circumstances which led to such an outcome. Our Iron Bank lending Iron Swap pegged asset focused swap has been developed already and will be live for testing soon. Iron stablecoin version 2 will come later. And you know what? That almost gives me more faith to actually get into it. And it'll be interesting to see how Mark Cuban moves based on this as well. Is he going to stay loyal? What's he going to do? Is he going to then do more due diligence on this particular coin and find that there is value in it and actually get in a bit more, or is he going to scrap it and just move on entirely? It'll be interesting to see as an investor, to see what he does and how that will influence my investment decision and your investment decision as well. But overall, I think a cryptocurrency with a lesson like this is probably then one without. And I think a stable currency that will come out of it and the yield farming opportunities there will be enormous. And so, look, I think having said that, it's definitely revisiting this and revisiting the team and what they will come up with in the future as well, and what kind of opportunities that will present for investors like you and I. There was no rug pull or exploit, says Shivesta, and I agree with him. Shivesta is the founder of finder.com.au, a very, very big investor behind this project as well. What happened is just the worst thing that could possibly happen considering their tokenomics, because their tokenomics was actually pretty damn good, I'm not gonna lie. And DeFi will grow. This is part of the teething process, and it's taken some collateral with it, but hey, such is life. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Make sure you go follow my socials, go like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.